I'm your host, Richard Martin, along with my amazing co-host,
Cheri Martin, and we are the WCN Interactive team here on the So Social Radio Show. Welcome you to join us today as we share with you some fun stuff about how to be an influential individual and stand out on social media. And what we love to do is help you
to dream it, plan it, build it, and most importantly, successfully do it.
And that's it for that growth, prosperity, and success. And as you know, each Wednesday at 12 noon, we're here on TalkNetworkRadio.com. And we love to share tips and techniques to help you grow you and your business, plus demystify social media and marketing for you so you can have more fun.
And my favorite, more profits.
And of course, we invite you to definitely connect with us on Facebook, one of my most favorite communication tools here. Just click on Facebook.com and go to So Social Radio Show. Make sure you give us a like. Let us know if there's any specific topics you'd like to hear us have a conversation on, and we'll definitely get that going here for you because we are all about education and want to bring you what you want to learn. We also want to make sure you're aware we have that top pin post right on So Social Radio Show. If you have any questions for us today, just go ahead and place those questions in the comments thread there underneath that top pin post, and we'll get to those questions. As I said, we're going to really focus on the importance of standing out in a crowded marketplace and why you want to be recognized as an influencer if you really want to grow your business online.
Absolutely so. And let's get on to our sponsors.
Oh, definitely. Okay.
Okay. I want to start with Toastmasters, a world leader in communications and leadership development. Find out how you can improve your speaking and leadership skills. Visit toastmastersd84.org and learn to grow your business to the next level.
Also, Constant Contact, an award-winning company empowering small businesses and nonprofits to grow and succeed through email marketing. With their one toolkit, one login, you can be a marketer. You can actually get a 60-day free trial account at bit.ly/WCN free CTCT. That's bit.ly/WCNFR EECTCT, and you can actually get started growing your marketing list, which will help you grow your business.
Very well help you grow your business. And everythingbrevard.com, a Brevard County, Florida community website. Keep up to date with everything that's happening in Brevard and get your business listing on everythingbrevard.com.
And if you would like to learn how to be one of our guest spotlight speakers, we would love to showcase you here on the So Social Radio Show. If you have a specific expert within the business or marketing arena, we'd love to have a conversation with you. So definitely reach out to me, Cheri, at CLM@WCNinteractive.com, or just go to SoSocialRadioshow.com and you can contact me through there as well. Again, we're so excited to be here on the So Social Radio Show. You're going to have Richard and I today just going to have a fun conversation about, again, one of our favorite topics, and that is how to push past the fear of communicating and being a thought leader and putting yourself out there for everyone to see.
There's the fear right then and there.
Definitely. But I want to make sure, first of all, that everyone is aware that we're going, we've mentioned this on our So Social Radio Show in the past couple months. The Talk Network Radio actually launched a new online magazine called Connect 10 that was launched in January of this year, and our April issue will be released on this coming Monday, April 3rd, and you can definitely, I highly recommend that you go take a look at this online magazine. It's phenomenal articles in there and on a variety of different topics, but with you can go to talknetworkradio.com, and then on the navigation there, just click on Connect 10. But I'm really excited about our article because it's about being obsessed with social media. And Richard always accuses me of that. So it was a very easy article to write.
You're absolutely true about that on both of those counts.
I'm not really addicted. It's just that
Yes, you are.
it's what I love to do. However, with the topic again that we're going to be talking about today, about being, an influencer and standing out and being bold enough and have the courage to do so, it does take that courage. And I mean, I can contest to that. Richard knows me. I have always been one, believe it or not, that's kind of been wanting to be in the background. And it was hard for me to really be confident enough to put out my postings, let alone for myself and then when I started doing it for others too, it was like, what do they think about that? I would sit there and wonder, I wonder if that resonated with them, or was it offensive, or did they like it, or did they not like it? Especially when you're sitting there waiting for somebody to click like, or somebody to comment, or somebody to share, and nothing's happening, and you're like, okay, they didn't like it. But that's not always the case.
Absolutely not. Why did you have that fear?
Well, it was, again, the lack of confidence in myself, not feeling, I hate to say that word, not worthy, because I know I am worthy and have value. But
the thing is that you're talking about, there is so many people have that fear that they don't allow their natural courageous self to come through and express thoughts. Mm-hmm. Everybody's got the thoughts. One of the probably the biggest work type fears is public speaking. I mean, you got to get up there in front of the public, and it's not only your words, it's how you carry yourself, the charisma that comes through in the speech, the charisma that comes through in the body language, and all of that. So, it is a very fearful event when you first get started on it, unless you're a little bit weird like me, and I just don't care.
Well, it does come easier to some folks more than for others.
Yes.
But before we get started and really dive into this, because we're going to, Richard and I, we just back and forth here, but I really let our audience know exactly what an influencer is when we're talking about an influencer.
Okay. An influencer in its most simple form is a person that will boldly make a statement, present their opinion in front of a public audience. And again, that could be in a speech or a talk, but more likely today it's on one of the social channels, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, along those lines. And a lot of people shy away from that because they're thinking people are judging them. Hey, you got to be bad before you can get good. You got to be good before you can become great. It's all an educational process, and everyone that has achieved something significant in their life has had to walk through those 3 steps. And when you sit there and you just think about it, it can be a daunting task. But, once you try it a few times, oh, okay, well, I understand how to get into it. Then you learn how to get into the body of your message, and before long, you're figuring out how to close an upsell at the end of the message. But it is a process, and it is fearful to get started.
Well, so it really begins with having that courage to express your thoughts and not be concerned so much about what others think about your thoughts, because I know we put a lot of, myself, I've put certain individuals on pedestals that I follow, whether it be online, before online, in books I read. We all look up to certain people, and it could be a personal family member, it could be a celebrity. And then we begin to think, well, gosh, what they say is so full of wisdom. It's so awesome. How could I even match being in their level? And we get, that's where I think the fear comes. We're afraid that people will compare us, maybe.
Well, people are going to make judgments on everything you say and do and act and driving your car, on that. So people are going to make judgments. But that doesn't make their judgment any better or any worse than what your opinion of how you did is. You know, if somebody's new to getting on the radio, go back almost 2 years when we first started on the radio, and what were your emotions walking in that day?
Oh my gosh. And you know, and I will be honest, even now I have this excitement about our radio show, but I still am nervous because I really want to provide value to all our listeners. And when we have a special guest spotlight speaker here, I really want to make sure we're showcasing them so that they are really helping them to provide the value to our listening audience as well. There's always that fear, I think, that doesn't really go away. Now I use it to motivate me and to really get me pumped a little bit. It's not a fear that I'm going to mess up, so I'm not really worried about that because this just happens a lot of times.
It's just a conversation.
Exactly. We just have a conversation
and
here.
Whether that's on the radio, whether you're at a networking event, whether you're out to dinner, you know, it's just a conversation. And it's no more difficult to look at than that.
It reminds me of a client from a few years ago. She came to us and wanted us to really help her learn how to compose her message on social media. And she was really fearful of putting her thoughts out there. Very concerned about what her family would think, what her business associates would think, what others in, you know, the business arena would think. And we worked with her and really helped her to understand her value. And for our audience, this client of ours actually wrote music. She was a composer.
Yes.
And she wrote beautiful lyrics and beautiful music.
Awesome. Music.
And she took her skills and put them in like musical, on CDs and in cards that you could actually send these cards to people. It's just a really unique, very unique gift. So what we basically had her do was sit down and just start composing her posts as if she was composing music. And it was the way she could feel confident enough to really get the message out there. And it was just a really neat experiment that we had with her, because when she started getting comfortable with providing her skills and knowledge and being true to herself and not trying to be something for someone else, it came more natural.
No, and she, by the time we were done, she was just awesome at being able to do the writing and the posting and all these other things that are out there, because she thought of it as lyrics, and she just was a natural at lyrics.
Well, so I guess that's what really, there's no real definition of what makes an influencer influential, except if they're confident in themselves. Or what would you say?
Well, I mean, that's the first part. Nobody's gonna listen to you if you don't have confidence in yourself. Mm-hmm. You've got to have the ability and the courage to go through and make a statement. And you know, it doesn't matter whether somebody likes a statement or they just totally dislike it and they don't want to do it. When you make a statement, the whole purpose of making a statement is to challenge somebody's position of where they stand right here, right now. Because the one thing that happens is where we're at today in our comfort zone, it's going to not be the same next week. It has moved because we're not the same person we were last week. Mm-hmm. We've either grown or we've diminished, but we're not the same. And it's very, very important that, you know, in the world of being influential, that you stay fresh. The only way to stay fresh is to keep pushing forward, to keep driving what's happening, because that's what makes your message strong. You get these people that are on the speaking circuit where they're giving free speeches and then selling from the back of their room. They're giving their message, and the message is